Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And wasn't that a short call from the member from somewhere up far north? A very short call, and symptomatic of the amount of input that most of the government members have had in most of the debates over the last 2 days. But Mr. Speaker, I want to tell a small story here about. Yeah, no. But this is a small story. This is a small story about one Mr. Stephen Joyce, who happened to be he's a member from nowhere as well. And one Mr. Stephen Joyce, who was the Minister of Transport at the time, back in about 2008-9, and we invited him on the North Shore to come to see us. And explain why the national government, the incoming national government, had just cancelled the regional fuel tax in Auckland. And this was a regional fuel tax that was proposed in Auckland that had taken 3 years of the local authorities in Auckland, all the local authorities who National said couldn't work together, all the local authorities had negotiated for 3 years with the former Labor government to come up with a solution to help fund the major roading and public transport initiatives in the Greater Auckland region. And what it was going to be a tax along the lines of this, starting at 2 cents a litre and rising to about 9 cents a litre over a period of 5 years, and it was going to help Aucklanders self-fund their roading and transport problems and issues over that period of time. But the national government got into power and immediately cancelled it, just cancelled it outright. This is after 3 years of extensive negotiations by local and central government, coming up with a solution that Aucklanders could be self-sufficient in terms of providing for their future needs in this funding area. And one Mr. Stephen Joyce cancelled it. He was issued 3 invitations, I think it was, by me when I was Mayor of North Shore to come to the North Shore and talk to us about why he did it. That same Minister of Transport, was driving, who lived just north of Albany, just over the border in the Rodney area, was driving through our city of North Shore half a dozen times a week, but could not find the time to come and explain why he was cancelling the regional fuel tax. And at the same time, why there were cutbacks to funding in things like walking school buses. And on the North Shore, we had over 100 walking school buses. In fact, I launched the 100th school bus on the North Shore when I was Mayor. And yet this national government was cutting back funding for the likes of walking school buses, which were encouraging parents to get out of their cars and their kids to walk to school, and to stop thousands and thousands of mothers and fathers in the morning hiving all around the school gates and clogging up the streets while people were trying to get to work. A great initiative. But Stephen Joyce knew better. He knew better. He didn't want to have any discussions on that. He didn't want to come and see what we were doing in terms of public transport on the North Shore to get people onto buses, to get people onto the new Northern busway.
Order. I'm sorry to interrupt the member, but the time has come for the lunch break. The House is suspended until I return in the chair at 2 o'clock.